Within the lands of Barovia, the mist tells a story.
I'm sorry, can you restart? I wasn't recording. I had just hit it, but you
Wow,
started like
sorry.
a second early. I'm sorry.
Fucking wow. I can't believe you fucking done this.
I'm sorry, I was trying to time it.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Let's start again before Haza dies of laughter.
I'm sorry.
And I die of fucking COVID.
Are we good?
Yes, we're good. I'm sorry.
Okay. Deep within the lands of Barovia, the mist tells a story. Fael the Paladin, Dagon the Sorcerer, Chagi the Monk, Hope the Cleric, and Gray the Fighter had been given several leads by the Mardikovs on various places of interest around the valley, and with no immediate sense of urgency, they elected to tie up some loose ends. The first among these was the mysterious Morgantha, who fed Gray a pie that caused both vivid dreams and horrifying nightmares. Tracking the woman to the outskirts of Barovia, the party learned that not only was she and her daughters in reality fiendish night hags, but their special ingredient in the pies was the grizzled remains of children. Battle ensued, and the party managed to slay the hags, burning their windmill down and rescuing the children inside. With the smell of cinders at their back, the party heads back to Barovia to plan their next escapade: werewolf hunting. So, it is about 4 o'clock at this point. There is quite the smell of burning stone and wood pervading the immediate area as the windmill is reduced to nothing more than a black splotch on the ground. You currently have two small children in your care that you managed to rescue, whose names I misplaced. Crap.
I'm seeing if we have them. I don't think we got the names either.
I do not have
I don't
names.
see them in my notes.
Here we go. The more plump small boy who has unfortunately been dealing with a degree of sepsis, but thankfully cured thanks to the intervention of our resident paladin, Mikhail, is currently sleeping through his ordeal on the ground, as well as his sister, Magda, who is just watching the fire burn out. She looks up to, I believe it was Gray that, no, it was Choggy. Choggy took the children outside. She looks over to Choggy and says, "Can you take us back home?"
I don't know where you live.
We're just in the town of Barovia over that way.
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go through the spooky woods.
I'm gonna look through the other members of the party and just kind of look at them and just kind of go, can we let? Is there a better way to go back?
I see no reason not to. I mean, after what occurred, we at least need something of a happy ending.
You all gather up the children and you make your way back to the village of Barovia. Takes you about 20 minutes or so to get back. And change the scene. What did I use?
Spooky.
Though you were still here not an hour ago, the dismal sight of Barovia once again greets you. You see that as you left it, the somewhat desolate town remains lightly patrolled by the various guards under the employ of Ismark. The girl kind of grabs on your glove, Chalky, and goes, "It's over here. It's over here," and she kind of points you to a especially decrepit house. It looks like it hasn't been repaired or done anything with in years. I'd like to think Father would be happy to see us again, but I don't think Father feels anything like that.
Choggy goes up to the house and just starts beating on the door, like to knock.
Boom,
full
boom,
on-
boom, boom.
And then just like annoyingly just starts like double slapping the door.
Oh, God.
Oh my
Slap the
god.
Just
As Shoggy does that, can Gray kind of lean over to Dagon for a quick second?
Sure.
Gray just kind of leans over. I'm not sure this is the best idea. From the impression, it seemed like the father might have sold his children to, well,
You think it was done willingly? And knowingly? Dagon kind of whispers it back.
I wouldn't say willingly. Those pies had a sort of magical influence. One that made you desire more. I'm not saying that the father was responsible for it, but he may not be in his right mind.
Do you believe that he might be in withdrawal?
Perhaps they cut his supply, and so he offered his own children as payment. I don't know.
I don't know why, but I feel like I have a very strong inkling I'm going to have to do the Scared Straight program.
Choggy. Roll me an athletics check.
Oakley dokley.
You got this, Choggy.
Ugly dokley, neighbor.
Ugly dokley, neighborino.
12.
It wasn't very high. After this multitude of banging and bashing and just slapping the door, it kind of falls over backwards off its hinges. Magda just kind of jumps a little bit as it falls in.
Choggy is gonna stop and then just point at Dagon and then run away.
Dagon, who is over off to the side, who
Yeah.
is great.
That froggy fuck.
Your friend is weird.
Gray will go over and pick
Language.
up the door. Is in like an attempt to just like have it up straight, so perhaps we can repair it. But just more get it off the ground.
You get it up and you're just like, I don't even know where to begin with this. You just kind of prop it against the side of the wall and hope it stays.
Oh. Oh.
Dad? Dad? We're home. Maggie goes inside.
Okay, so I don't like that child going in there alone.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
if Gray was over by the door to like pick it up, he would probably stay close to the child, probably at least follow her to some degree.
yeah, we're definitely shadowing these kids as their guardians.
Circumstances, provided. Not letting those kids out of sight.
Or
You
mine.
enter. You enter into the abode. It is. If the outside looked disheveled, the inside looks like a bomb went off. It looks like it hasn't been. It's in disarray. It hasn't been cared for in probably months.
Hello?
Magda kind of looks around. This is the way we left it. Dad? She kind of goes in and starts checking through a few rooms. She doesn't go in, she stays within eye shot, but she just kind of peeks into each of the rooms, all three of them. Dad's not here.
Do you know where he might have gone?
I don't know. His name was Jirko.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
Wait, we know this name.
Oh.
Wait, we do? How do we know this
Yes.
name?
That's the.
I don't know the way.
Oh, I know we know that name. Hold on. Can I get the
This
spelling
sounds
on that name before again? I know we.
Jirko.
Correct.
Jirr.
Wait, why is this not my notes?
Oh.
Just one R.
Jiroko.
Jirko.
He was the guy. He was the. Oh god, he was the guy in the wagon that the abbot had, wasn't he? When we first met the abbot?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, he is.
Described as having a terminal case of apathy.
yeah, there he is.
Oh. Well.
Oh, well. That's unfortunate.
Immediately tugging at the collar of his clothing.
We didn't get any hint as to what happened with him at the abbey, right? He just said the abbot just said he was being treated.
Correct. But you know what the abbot's treatments are like.
Yeah,
Or were like.
I see.
You do remember, however, that he was kept in a separate wing at the time that you had encountered him.
Right.
Well, this is
Okay.
episode title. Well, fuck.
Gray will kind of crouch down to the child. I have an idea where he might have gone. The name rings a bell. For now, we're going to take you to someone who can watch over you. Is that all right?
Okay. I guess. Roll a persuasion check.
So I'm good at those. 16, actually. Probably my best persuasion check I've ever done.
Damn. You're convincing enough that she believes you. You basically play the "we're adults, we know what's best" card, and she buys it. Okay.
I'll pick her up and possibly her brother too. The brother I may have to like heft over the shoulder, like a sack,
Allah, he chonky.
and he'll come up and he'll go, "Let's go talk to Ismark."
Agreed.
He's not going to be happy, but this is the best option.
Well, better than the other. To speak? Yeah.
So, you all head on over to the Burgermeister's mansion. At this point, the guard that is out front instantly recognizes you. Doesn't even ask for any identification or anything. He just gives the usual, "You're not permitted inside," and you all walk inside anyways. Ismark has not really moved from his desk. He seems to be, when you have work that you need to do, like with papers or typing up something, but you need to kind of stretch your legs, so you're just kind of satelliting around your desk. Basically what he's kind of doing right now. He's kind of stretching his legs, but still writing documents down. And he kind of sees you all approach and he goes, welcome back. How was the trip?
In walks Gray with two small children.
Let me actually roll a history check.
Shave
Ooh,
Ross,
good.
I love that emote.
Thanks.
Ismark looks at the children quizzically, and as Magda kind of turns her head, he gets a look of recognition on his face. Magda. And Kyle. Oh, he kind of walks in over. Where have you been? Where did you go? Why does And then he kind of just puts the pieces together. Oh. I think you probably have something to tell me about that windmill, don't you?
Do you have a spare room?
It's a large mansion, so large manor, so I have a few places that I can set them up.
Gray will nod. And I guess let Ismark pick a room.
Fucking hell!
Damn, Sad!
God fucking damn.
Oh.
Okay, apparently Hope out here throwing left and
Oh.
right jabs in verbal form.
Above game, your dad's bedroom should be free. Ooh.
Fuck, I was about to take a drink of ginger ale.
I'm glad I was muted for that. I was fucking alley.
Ooh. On that
Meanwhile, in a
note-
parallel universe where Hope says that, actually,
Just gonna roll a D100, subtract that from Ismark's health. That's how much emotional damage he just took. Oh
But-
fuck.
so Ismark kind of gestures you over to a queen-size bed in another small room. This was my mother's. It hasn't been touched for some time. Here, and he just kind of sets the children down. He shouts out, "Hey, go grab some food and drink. I think these children may need it." And then Mikhail very weakly, "Oh, more food. Oh." And Ismark just kind of looks very quizzically at them, and then over to you. So, what's happened? And Gray, why are you carrying around a large burlap sack?
This. Perhaps we should speak in private, kind of eyeing at the two children.
He looks over to the children and then back to you. This is not going to be a excellent conversation, I can tell.
No.
All right. And you all kind of adjourn to the parlor. Ismark gently closes the door, and you see the two children just kind of start to close their eyes from the ordeal. So what did you find at the windmill?
A bakery of sorts. The three individuals were staying there were witches. And then he'll kind of get into like a hush whisper. They were baking children into those pies.
See Ismark just kind of goes silent for a second. With a very deep inhale. Oh, no. Morgantha has been here for quite some time. Oh, the lives she must have been taking.
This, kind of putting down the burlap sack, is evidence to their wrongdoings, as well as testimony to the amount of children that have gone missing.
You set it down and you hear it rattle through the bag. Ismark just kind of looks. Please, Gray, let's not open that.
No.
He kind of sighs a little bit. Pastries. All this whole time she's been selling these to the unfortunate and the, well, hopeless.
There's more.
I can't.
Their father. It was implied that their father, Jirko, sold those two kids to them for more pies.
Jirko. Yes. If it's the way that I know Jirko, he hasn't been seen recently, ever since that man came into town, but...
The abbot. We saw
That's
Jirko.
right.
How long would it have been? About a week ago?
Probably about 4 days.
A few days ago. When we first met the abbot on the road, that man Jirko was with him. As far as we know, or as far as we can assume, he was being treated in the abbey as a patient.
What for? You happen to find that out?
The abbot described it as a terminal case of apathy. Which,
That sounds-
think about now, above game, there's God, what's the term for that? The abbot said it. He said what he was trying to cure, and I know there's a term for it.
Voicestemia.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I was
That
about to look
one.
it up.
Gray would say that big word.
And-
Yeah, big word.
Yeah.
And for those unfamiliar with this, oistemia is basically the medical term for being born without a soul. So, Ismark just kind of looks. Every once in a while, the abbot did venture over to the village, took a few for treatment, was never seen again. I don't know what's happened to them, but I do know Jirko at least. He was one of the depressed lots that you find around here. Man looked like he'd never cared about anything in his life. With what I know of Morgantha in town, she probably could have just traded for a piece of bread. Put someone who just doesn't care with someone with a silver tongue like that. Ugh. He kind of glances back over to the bedroom.
Thankfully, the problem has been solved. All 3 of them have been slain, and the windmill bone grinder has been burned to the ground.
Wait, 3 of them. And then he just kind of stops at that last bit. Oh. You burned the windmill. I got to write a report on that too. Not
I would say
important.
I'm sorry, but I'm really not.
No, from what you said, that sounds like the wise decision.
Yes,
Sorry,
Morgantha... Sorry, go ahead.
My responsibilities are weighing on me, and I forgot the gravity of the situation. Please go on.
It was Morgantha and her daughters living there.
A trio, even. And they're all taken care of, you're sure? No magics were involved, were they?
One of them tried to escape, but we prevented that. And if I remember correctly, we started the fire with them, right? Or no, their bodies like fade into ash.
Basically, yeah. They kind of
Yeah.
disintegrated.
Their
On
bodies
top
turned
of, I mean, like, we used the oil and stuff.
yeah, the bodies turned to ash as we defeated them.
I suppose that's the best we can hope for then. Well done. You've done a great service to the town, and yeah, once more in your debt. Twice over. Seems that the poor village of Barovia has no shortage of secret monsters.
As far as Jericho, we can return to the Abbey, see how they are doing, but it has been a few days. I'm not sure what their condition is going to be, or if they'll even be willing to return, or even able.
He thinks for a moment. Why would that be?
Stares in the fact that we haven't told him the abbot's dead.
Dagon will look to Gray. Would you like?
He is dead.
The abbot?
Yes, he is dead.
Ismark just kind of blinks a few times. The abbot was always off-putting.
Well, there's a reason for that.
He was always an angel too.
You son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. A servant of the heavens here, and you know what? This sounds like a story that's... I don't know. He just kind of rubs his hand. He's clearly suffering from information overload.
We have thrown a lot at him,
Hope
yeah?
will pull out the McHead.
The McCann.
McCann.
Mace head.
Coming from McDonald's, the new McHead.
Shot. So,
There's a joke there.
anyways, I assume that this came from the abbot in question.
Yes, we retrieved it after our encounter.
He gets a very stern look on his face. Friends, I trust a lot from you. We've traveled together, we have watched each other's backs. Please, do not tell me you are responsible for the death of an angelic.
Well, we didn't kill him. If that's
No,
what you're saying.
that was Strahd.
Yeah.
I am simultaneously relieved and concerned at the same time. The abbot is dead. Murdered by Strahd. And my people are unaccounted for, the ones he has taken away. He looks like he's deep in thought now. Okay. Before we go further with this, I have a thought process, but I'd like to hear what your plans are now.
Now we do what we agreed upon, and we handle the other matter of business. And then Gray will kind of look on over to Esmeralda, area of your expertise.
Indeed, this is going to be an excellent bit of revenge. And you see she just kind of takes her prosthetic leg and stamps it a few times on the wooden floor. Alright then, Ismark replies. I can afford to spend a few messengers. I will send word to the town of Kresk. We'll get them to investigate the abbey for us. Find out more about what's going on there and hopefully see the return of the individuals kept there.
We know what was going on there.
Hold on. And he walks over into the back room. This was always more of something that Irina enjoyed. But I think I'm going to need it today. And he walks out with a bottle of purple grape mash and pours himself a glass of wine.
Well, at least you have the good stuff.
Before I go further, I ask for a promise from you.
He just looks at you. Alright, what is the promise?
That regardless of what I tell you, you will not harm her.
I promise not to harm whoever this her is. But go on.
The abbot, despite being a divine being, was lost to these lands. He even admitted to losing contact with his patron. In his desperation to keep doing his work, he experimented up there on the mountainside.
I don't like the word experimented here.
The people he was trying to help.
You see, he takes another deep drink of wine and he just kind of leans forward in his chair and he's got his head in his hands. Oh, God, no.
In 2 ways. I say this because if you send people up there, they need to be prepared for what they find. Some of them seem to take on bestial traits. Not like a werewolf, but different.
In what way?
Hope describes the people she encountered. Claws, other features and all.
Oh, that is morbid. God, what more monstrosities can be? What more tortures can be inflicted upon us?
The other brings up your part of the promise. There were 2 others. They were like me, but not. They were made of flesh, but not like you. They were made. It is hard to describe.
Describe these, what happened to the villagers as kind of haphazard with the animal parts and how they interacted with them. Is it something similar, or it seems almost haphazard in design?
One was unnaturally strong and put up a fight against all of us. The other? Hope pauses, lowering herself to Ismark's level. She likes flowers.
He's gonna roll an insight on you. Natural 20. Let's go, Ismark. Kind of puts a... Kind of takes his hand and strokes his chin for a second. So, you made a connection with the one that likes flowers, yes? Right. I see why the promise was made.
She is lost as anyone else is in all of this. She lost her home. And her adoptive father. Hope lets those words hang. Still she seemed happy to be free. Hope pulls out the rose that was given to her, still fresh and vibrant as ever. She may look monstrous as you said, but she just wants to live a peaceful life with her garden.
He thinks for a moment.
In a world where you are the exception, you are different from literally everyone else, wouldn't you also find some kinship in someone even remotely similar?
I suppose so. Clinging on to anything that's anyone or anything that strikes a resonance with you. Now, is she still residing at the Abbey? You mentioned that she lost her home.
She is residing in a safe place. That is all we can say.
And the other one? The dangerous one, the naturally strong one.
As I said, your men need to be ready for what they find chained in that tower.
Ismark at this point has finished his glass of wine. He looks over to the bottle, and you can see for a second he thinks about pouring himself another, but he just kind of corks it. Alright. So a den of, suppose, left behind dangers and beastmen. One, I don't know, expert advanced zombie, or I don't know what the word term would be. But without the abbot in control, no idea what to expect. Alright, I will upgrade the envoy. I think the town of Kresk is a little too small to adequately deal with this. I'll send a couple guards as well. More than we're naturally going to accompany the envoy anyways. You know how the roads are. We will make it a joint effort between the towns. And we will look into the remains of the abbey. I will stress what you have told me to everyone involved, but... And he looks at you very seriously for a second. I am your friend. I understand and I trust what you are telling me. And as your friend, I am warning you in advance. I am going to send the strictest rules regarding this. There's a game of messenger involved. Some things may get lost in translation from me to Envoy and to the town of Kresk, who I'm sure have their own dealings with the Abbey. So I will do my utmost to make sure that the spirit that you have told me is kept. And he just kind of sighs.
Turn to the others. Did I leave anything out?
Above game, I don't think so.
Above and in game? No, not really. This is everything.
Alright. I will take your word for it then. He starts writing up. You see him take like a stack of papers and just lift it up and set it to the side on another stack of papers. He just pulls out another one and starts writing down. Alright. So, I know what I'm doing, and I know what you're all doing. I slipped into Esmeralda there for a second. I know what I am doing, and I know what you are doing. This 4 o'clock in the evening, about 4:30 now, the sun will be setting. I should have these drawn up soon, and the party will be sent out tomorrow morning. As for you all, look, I looked you up and down. Surprisingly, not as beat up as I'd imagined from what you told me, but still a bit damaged. Would you care to spend the night in town?
Above game,
Please.
I'm good to go. The only thing I'm missing is my action search. If we're gonna talk about like how good we are.
If I could be honest, health and spell-wise, I took a pretty decent hit. I'd like to at least get a rest up here.
I am fine.
Just missing spells. I got one of each.
Choggy? Choggy?
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Aza! Don't die to
Choggy,
me
fine.
now!
Choggy, remove your muzzle.
Hold on.
Just has to punch.
Bring in the cardboard. Damn, that's a good cardboard cutout.
Look at that handsome blood. How are you? How is Choggy in terms of like health and key points? We're just going over whether or not we want to take a rest before our next mission. While Haza is typing that, how is Esmeralda doing?
She is intentionally waiting for everyone to voice their opinion.
Okay.
Meantime, she does kind of perk up. Well, now that we are in my realm of expertise, have any of you had experience hunting werewolves?
Hunting, no, but we have fought one before.
Oh yeah. I remember now. We dealt with that asshole.
Choggy says I just
Fighting.
need a short rest. I can go without key points.
Okay. Alright. Fighting and hunting are two different things. You fight a werewolf or werewolves. You don't hunt a werewolf or werewolves. You find their dead. This is something that is not... It's trickier than you would imagine, I would say.
Do you recommend we rest before we tackle this?
The opposite, in fact. There are two, I suppose, methodologies for attacking a den. The morning or the night. At this time, where we are now, it would be the worst idea, dusk. But while it is the worst idea to attack them, we still have to deal with the hurdle that is finding and locating the dead. And I assume that will bring us into dusk. Or nighttime, I should say.
Question above game. Are werewolves here restricted to the full moon rule? If so, what phase is it in?
Question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, just saying good question.
werewolves. Actually, I can give you this. I can give you this example in game. Actually, uh, Esmeralda would pipe up. Werewolves are at their most dangerous during the full moon. That is when their inner beast comes strongest to the forefront. But we are a fair bit away from the full moon. It was about a month ago or so. But once you have contracted lycanthropy, you are able to shift at will after several months of adjustment. We should assume that they are dangerous at all times and more than willing to bite and claw at the drop of a hat. So, to directly answer, yes, they can become werewolves at any time. And it is currently just past full moon. I believe waning. Thank you, new moon.
I think I hear one.
That is the fluffiest werewolf I've ever held.
The goodest wolf.
Anyways. So, we have two options. We can leave at this very moment, hit them up at nighttime. The advantage to that is that if we hit them up at nighttime, all of the hunters will be out in the woods instead of preparing for their den. The Svalage woods are large enough that we should, by all accounts, avoid them. Terrible luck would befall us if we were to encounter them on the hunt. But, alternatively, if we head out in the morning, we can catch every single werewolf at the den. They will be groggy from last time, but the night before hunting can take its toll on even the sturdiest of wolves. We would have advantage on them, but we would also have to deal with them anymore.
And I suppose you are of the persuasion that we should go now.
You are correct. I think approaching now and finding a way to set up a trap of some sorts, or even just finding the Alpha, learning more about him, and ways to kill the were instead of the wolf.
Above game, if we go now, would we get any chance for a short rest? Or could we
I would-
take a short rest before going?
I would allow a short rest.
I would be fine with a short rest.
My only concern,
Spell slots?
because after that, well, that and the fact that after that hag fight, I'm currently down at 19. And because of the necrotic damage, my max got cut from 54 to 30.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm kind of dead weight here if I jump in.
Not if we protect your ass.
You willing to play babysitter?
Bitch, I got 25 lay on hands left. I could do this all day.
I remember that image.
Do we want to put it to a vote? Yes, no, maybe.
I already know what I'd vote.
Alright, so Dagon's on the side of wait until morning. What about you, Vile?
It would help because I would have more spell slots.
Okay. I would rather go now, but I would be fine with waiting until morning. if it would help the rest of the squad. Well, shit. It sounds
Well-
like it's up to me then.
Hang on.
Hold
How
on.
much casting did Dagon do? I don't remember how much
I-
resources were spent.
I
He
am
can-
zero fourth. I have no fourth level. I'm down to 1/3 level, 0 second level, and I still have all 4 of my first levels. So you're missing out on the heavy stuff if we get into a real hairy situation.
I see what you did there.
I mean,
Wait,
I will-
what do you mean I do?
we got level 1s. It's better than nothing.
Esmeralda would also vote for going now.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm a vote for
Chuggy.
going now.
Choggy and Hope have also voted for going now.
I
I'm
vote
fine with
we
going now.
take a short rest and then go. Pause.
I'm hearing 4 for going now and 2 for waiting. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a short rest till 5:30. And everyone who gets stuff back on a short rest or wants to roll hit die, feel free to do so.
Hooray! I get my
Would it
action
be-
surge back.
Would it be enough to remove the necrotic at least?
No, that is a full rest.
Can I get overheal? Because I'm over by 2.
No!
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm only missing...
You mean this isn't Team Fortress?
I'm only missing 1 second level, but I'm fine without that. I still have another. And if the advantage of going now is dealing with less, it's probably worth doing.
Oh,
All
hey,
right.
I can do this thing. Because it's a short rest.
Prepare meals! You and up to 5 creatures regain 1 extra hit point per hit dice.
I could have had 3 overheal if that was a thing.
I'll take it.
Medic!
Okay, now
Doc,
pull my
come on,
coupons
man.
back.
But yeah, if you roll hit dice, you can get +1 per hit dice.
Yeah, Dagan, I assume your necrotic damage doesn't reduce you to 19, right?
No, it reduces me to 32
Okay.
for my max. I'm at 19 right now.
You can still heal.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're expecting heavier spell capabilities above 2nd level, don't.
We'll be fine. We'll just beat him up
You
the
said you had
old-fashioned
your
way.
1/3?
I only have 1/3.
Yeah,
That's
save
it.
that for an emergency. Stay behind me. I shall be your shield.
Yeah, I have all my key points on.
In the words of Mo Joseph.
So, were you able to roll our hit die?
Yes, and be sure to gain an extra hit point for each one rolled because Bael is taking the opportunity to cook a delicious meal. Bael, what do you cook for everyone?
Oh, why would you do this? What do we have?
You
What
basically
does
have a
Ismark have?
That's fair. Yeah, I would be using his ingredients, right?
1 second. Oh,
Oh god.
you hush with that.
Who wants pie?
Just everybody vomits.
Oh, this experience has scarred Greg. He
Oh.
will never... First of all, he wouldn't eat this meal knowing the truth now. He will never eat pie ever again.
Okay, realistically, Fael would probably serve up some fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy.
Because he doesn't hunt small animals.
That's
Gray
fair.
will not be partaking.
You cook up. You bring out you find in the pantry a couple nuts, a few like an orange, an apple, and you have a couple grapes on hand. You basically make some trail mix for everyone. Okay. So, if everyone is prepared, taking their resting.
Don't forget the cumin.
The sun continues to set as you all prepare up. Esmeralda kind of pulls you aside. Now, it's the most important thing. We have, she looks over to Hope. Your capabilities feel removing curses, of course. And we are going to rely on that, but if the worst comes to it, she pulls out her hand axe. The worst comes to it, act quickly. And she kind of takes the axe and kind of knocks on her prosthetic.
Gray is quiet, but he does nod.
I can cure it twice. How much time do we have before it takes hold?
The curse of lycanthropy only worsens in daily cycles. After 24 hours, i.e. the next night cycle, your condition worsens. You become more stronger. You would see that immediate benefit, but the next couple of days your mind starts to go. I would say about 24 hours is the grace period. Once the lycanthropy sets in and your mind starts to wane, removing the curse becomes much more difficult at that point. Well, there may be different cures that we have to pursue. And I will let you all know, as my comrade should, that I will pursue those options if it comes to that. It's a very serious look on her face.
Hey,
We are
CG.
about to... Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. During this rest, could I, do something with Keiko?
Sure. What
I
would you like to do with Keiko?
I would like to spend my one free use of Find Familiar today. And I am going to turn Keiko from a hawk into a snowy owl.
Oh. You change Kago out, and as their form recoalesces, they are thankful to keep their wings, though you are, admittedly, fairly weirded out because Kago did not have eyes as a hawk, and still does not have eyes as an owl, so there are two giant
God!
empty sockets.
Oh, jeez!
Oh.
It kind of... Kago's still Kago. They nuzzle into your shoulder, but it's really unsettling the first time you see it.
Good to know. Okay. But yeah, now Kago has dark vision.
Excellent.
Cade, no.
Okay. Yes, I figured it. If we're going at night, this would be best. So Kago now has 120 feet of dark vision.
All right then.
Just good shit.
Good shit. So, anyone else have anything they would like to prepare before heading out, or any other questions they'd like to ask?
I'm good.
For now.
Take it like as
Esmeralda.
good as I can be.
Esmeralda nods, looks over to you all. And the fail step is to head into the woods. There's no clue where the den might be. We'll just have to start searching blindly until we find something. It's not ideal, but it's all we have to go on. And she marches out the door. You all proceed out into the waning lights. You walk up the Svalich Road for a fair ways. On.
Oh, spooky woods. Are we gonna get
Spooky.
spooky sprinkler noises again?
You keep saying that. I'm going to do something one of these days about that.
Hey man, I like the track. I just can't unhear it now.
Oh god, it's a sprinkler mimic.
It's waving at you with its wacky inflatable arms. No.
The Misters of Barovia.
That was pretty good. I like that.
That was pretty good.
All right. Coming up from the southern corner of the valley into the woods, the Svalich woods, you approach from the southeast, the very tip of the woods. All right. You have. Where shall we head? And at this juncture, I'm going to explain how this is going to work. So, when prompted, I'd like for you all to give me a direction. That is where you will head. I will probably ask this multiple times.
Okay.
I encourage you not to think too hard about it, because there is going to be a substantial volume, and I don't want to be here all night. No
Right.
offense. I like you guys, but I also really like sleep.
Oh, don't worry, we'll have our 24-hour session one day.
Can I retroactively just say that like every probably like 50 to 100 feet, Gray would probably stop for about 10 seconds and make I guess a check, like a sweep with Keiko from the
Sure.
air. Okay.
Sure. But you are in the southeast. You have the north and the west.
I vote north.
One vote north.
I
The
will
north.
also vote north.
Nor 5th C.
Okay.
West to Spite Tart.
You know what? I see how it is. I fate Sen.
All right. 3 voting for north, so we will continue north. Travel deeper into the woods. The buildings creaked. The trees creak as the wind travels through them, brought decay taking them, but nothing seems to happen. You find nothing as you journey inwards. Once more, you have the north, the west, also the south, but you kind of know what that is.
I guess I should ask: am I allowed to, or I guess should I be making like perception checks with Keiko?
I'm going to say that this is not going to help in regards
Okay,
to
no worries.
what is going on. You may need Kago for other things later, though.
Okay, no worries. What were the directions again? You said north and
West.
West. Unless anyone else has an idea, I'm fine with continuing north again.
I agree.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
West.
Actually, West
Alright.
sounds
Jesus.
I'm fine with going west.
All right.
West.
good. We changed really quick.
All right. You're headed
Jesus.
west.
The power of the meme compels it.
Travel further in. The weather is taking its toll on this particular section of the woods. Trees have dilapidated branches kind of dangling from the amidst their many branches. One moment.
Gasp. He's panicked. Or he's rolling everyone
Gray,
panic.
I'd like you to make a dex check for me.
A dex check or a dex
I'm sorry,
save?
dex save.
Well, I guess
Dex
it
save.
doesn't matter. They're
Oh.
both 0. 8.
As you continue along, the wind is keeping the creaking of the branches going, and all of you don't pay it much mind until you hear the creaking getting louder and louder. And all of a sudden, a rather large branch falls on top of Gray. You are going to take some damage.
Ow! My head! I got bonked by nature.
Ouch. You're going to take 11 bludgeoning damage
Jesus!
as this tree collides into your face when you're not suspecting it. You're looking through Kago's eyes as you're being guided along, just kind of keeping an eye out. So everyone is watching you. Kago is watching everywhere else. No one is watching above your head.
God damn. That would... I want it to be known, that would kill an average civilian in D&D.
Jesus.
Man,
we're
a
not
cat.
dealing with the
Does he
average
get a
civilian.
3,000-foot view of himself getting bonked?
We're dealing with a super civilian. The legends are true.
Oh, fuck.
I just imagine a tree just smacks your back of your head.
Everyone watch out.
It's a
You may be risking drain
tree
damage
and-
out here.
Respect nature, asshole.
Chuggy would just go, ah.
Yeah, asshole.
Alright, thanks for the concussion game.
You're welcome.
All right. You are able to go all 4 cardinal directions: north, west, south, and east.
West.
I vote west. Actually, no, west fucked me. I'm going with north.
North. North.
I'm fine for West.
I agree
Alright.
with the first suggestion.
West it is. Look, I didn't get bonked. I'm fine with going west.
I'm above game. I'm fine with going west.
You get bonked again. Imagine this is where Gray dies by getting.
Fucking, if I
Just
get bonked
whack.
again, I'm going home.
You see, this is why I told you we should have just took a rest, but no.
Okay. So, you continue westward. You continue on deeper into the woods, and time has continued to pass as you travel. Light barely able to scrape through the treetops. As you approach a small clearing the last bit of light you can see reflecting off of armor, a hunched over figure, middle of the woods, bending down for some reason. What do you do?
Can I, through Kago's eyes, see what this figure is doing? Or can I make out, like, greater detail?
Perception check with advantage.
Okay. I think the stat is the same. No, it's +3,
I
so...
nudge Fael and point you my eyes, and then the figure.
Oh, wait, no, it relies on mine. That's right. I didn't roll with advantage. Hold on. 10. Fuck.
Okay. Keiko is kind of up in the air, and it's a little hard to see through the tree chops the exact situation that's going on.
Can I roll as well if I notify?
Sure, you can roll a perception check.
There I go looking again. Okay,
Fael
that's...
gets bonked.
You
Ah,
you get nudged by Hope, and then Hope also just kind of like motions her head over to the figure, and then Fael, you're like, I don't get this. What are you trying to do? And you're just kind of like parsing out, looking at Hope, trying to grasp the meaning.
a trip and faceplant, I guess.
Can I ask another question above game?
Sure.
Does their armor look, and I guess that I wouldn't really know because of the perception check, but does the armor look somewhat similar to the armored spirit we saw that one time? the paladin?
With that perception check, you have no clue.
Okay.
Can I check?
Sure. Roll a perception.
Would I also be able to check?
Yep, he's in plain view.
Okay.
Everyone use your special eyes.
So remind me what you are specifically looking for. 26. Oof.
If there's any familiar markings or anything.
Okay. Okay, identifying what the figure is.
19.
All right. Dagon. You look at the armor in particular. It looks exceedingly familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Hope, you instead look at the body of the figure as it's kind of starts to stand up. You can see gray, dead flesh emerging from it.
My flesh!
Hair
Sorry, don't.
falling out, decaying. Figure stands up and turns to look. And it immediately charges over to you, Gray.
No, my flesh!
And the second that it's within your face, your consciousness snaps back, and you are peering into your own face.
No, my flesh!
And it goes to bite at you and disappears into the mist. Gone.
I take it we heard him react, right?
You all saw everything that just happened.
All right, I'm a divine sense. All right,
All right,
down to 2 uses.
your divine sense goes off. You detect nothing.
I sense nothing. The heck was that?
I hate to tell you this, Gray, but you look ugly as shit in the future.
Oh, you're one to talk.
Yes, I am.
Aren't you the You're the first one we saw. That's now what? 3 ghastly visages of our future selves? Above game it was 3, right? We've seen
Yes.
Dagon's, mine, and Fael's, I think.
That is correct.
I'm gonna go over to where the figure was kneeling.
You see a small rock. Appears to be a little bit of blood on it, but as you get closer, it too kind of fades into the mist.
Can I insight that? Like, what that might mean?
Insight Dwayne Johnson.
Insight with disadvantage.
6? Nah.
You have no clue.
I'm putting in my notes. It was me, Austin.
Other than the unsettling encounter, you are proceeding through this section of the wood with relative ease. It's almost concerning. Where would you like to go? North, south, east, and west.
This time I vote north.
No.
I agree. If you haven't caught on by now, I'm literally just agreeing with the first suggestion.
Alright, so that
Oh
is
god.
Oh, fucking hell, Tard.
Sorry.
Mortis.
so that is 3 to the north. We'll go north. Continue further into the woods. And now get the strange sense you've been here before. For a second, you all think, oh no, have we gone in circles? But as you do, Kago just kind of like, ah! I can't do it. Who? Sorry. Yeah.
It's a screech owl.
Kago all of a sudden says, hey, yo, check over there.
Yeah.
And you kind of alerted by the presence, you look through Kago's eyes. It's actually the roads north of Valaki. You've passed it a few times going back and forth to the lake.
Above game, how long would it normally take us to get to these roads from Barovia?
Several hours. Remember, you've been traveling for several hours now.
Oh, okay.
You've been traveling in the roads, and it has started to get dark. It was 5 o'clock earlier, and by the time you reached the zombified gray, the last bit of light was starting to dissipate. It is probably around 9 o'clock at this point.
Hmm. I guess we go back in, right?
I
That
agree.
sounds like a good idea, Tar. Thanks. Thanks, teammate.
I agree.
Jesus Christ.
You're literally just commanding your voice to come out. I know you can't do that yet, but you're commanding your voice to come out of Keiko. I agree! Thank you, Keiko!
Distort your voice. Okay, forehead.
Anyways, you have found a landmark. Somewhere you've been before. North, south, east, west. Where you want to go?
Oh, we can continue to go north?
Yes. You do know, though, that it would take you closer to the lake.
About west.
North.
East.
Son of a bitch.
We got 3 votes for 3 directions.
Like I said, I agree with whoever says something first.
Who said something first? Was it?
It was
Sorry.
me.
So you said
I
north,
said west.
west. Okay.
West.
Joggy.
Chomgi. Hamza.
Armor of the Dairy.
Why don't we take a quick minute, because it's about time for a bio break, anyways. We'll reapproach this navigation in a few minutes.
Okay.
Good.
Cause I'm low on agua. Okay.
Aqua.
Aqua is not useless.
Above game. I like that stupid bit I was making turned into, yes, it actually is your flesh.
I know. I was like, oh yes, Gray's gray flesh.
No, my flesh. No, my flesh. No, my flesh!
My flesh.
Just each time getting more and more panicked. I'm gonna go top off real quick and possibly use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
No worries. It happens. Yes,
Uh,
I'm going to go get water.
Quick, vote on a direction, Haza.
West.
Okay, we're going west. Somebody sell CG when he
Fuck.
gets back. Alright, BRB.
I will also be right back.
I return.
I decreed we're going west.
Alright, you have decided on Weast then.
I'm not sure if I got that back.
Sorry. Little frog in my throat. And it's not you.
I'm back.
I
J'accuse.
return with ginger ale.
Wow, we all got back at the same time.
Surprise!
If we are all back, would we like to all continue then?
Maybe.
It depends. Am I gonna see another corpse and suffer another concussion, CG?
I don't know, but this forest has not been kind to Gray this evening.
No, it hasn't.
Alright, no worries.
You shouldn't have made it a rock. You should have made it a bloody branch. As apparently a whole tree fell on me.
It kind of did, actually.
Yeah. No, seriously, like a standard like a commoner stat block, they have like 9 HP. That absolutely would have killed a normal person.
I mean, commoners have like 1 HP. A cat could kill them.
No, they got 9. Actually, no, they got 4. He says, looking up commoner HP because he was curious.
Yeah, they do not have a lot of health. But hey,
I mean,
if I had a tree fall on me, I probably wouldn't survive.
listen, if huge mane jumped on you, wouldn't that hurt?
Can confirm it did.
Can confirm. Was a tough commoner.
Now, if Big Rock fell on you,
I know how that feels.
big ol'.
You're missing the sound of my rib cage snapping.
Oh, sorry, I don't have celery to replicate the sound.
Your concave rib cage.
Or bell peppers, or... Fun fact, that's how they make the bone crunching sound. Vegetables.
I believe it.
Me. Yum.
Veggie tables.
Table.
Yo, every time I hear or think about Veggie Tales, apparently they get crazier and crazier.
I didn't know
Really?
VeggieTales was still on.
I don't think it is.
Never seen it.
But I've heard that the people who were in charge of it, their Twitter account did not do them any favors. And instead of doubling back every time, they decided to double down.
Things got a little crazy.
Yeah. Like, let's put it this way. Ever since Twitter, they're acting like they are based in Florida. And now I'm just thinking about old, like, cartoons that were supposed to teach kids. Y'all remember that there was that Bill Nye and that Magic School Bus reboot, like, a couple years ago?
There
They
was?
rebooted?
I remember that. It was was it next Netflix exclusive?
I think so.
It starred Kate McKinnon, who frankly I think was a very good choice for Miss Frizzle.
I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
I haven't seen it.
I'm just thinking, it's like, all of these old school, like, educational shows that they're trying to I know one of the reasons that they did both of those is because they wanted to update the shows with more accurate scientific facts. I mean, 20 years of progress does that. Like, I'm fairly certain that there's like a episode of the Magic School Bus that talks about the food pyramid, for example. And they just bombed. Like, I think Magic School Bus was just kind of underwhelming. And Bill Nye the Science Guy was loaded, I say this, loaded with left-wing, democratic-leaning undertones that really hurt it.
I just missed
Is
the
this
good
about to
old
get
days.
political?
No, that was the end of it. Let's not go further.
Okay. I was about to say, like, this sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Listen. I'm not going to go into the message. I'm not going to go into why it's bad. I'm just saying why I heard it was bad.
Yeah.
We're here to send a message. Give us the money.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh no.
Maybe
Anyways,
Eric. Oh no. Anyway.
So, anyways, we're gonna drive this new car. It's called a Jag.
God, what a dumb, like, 30 minutes that was.
What, the Jag episode?
No, that whole thing with the cars and the heavy British accent that we watch.
You mean
There's like a
any
parody.
episode of Top Gear ever?
Thank you. That was like Top Gear was the thing I was trying to think of. It was that like Top Gear meme compilation that we all.
Oh, you mean Bottom Gear? Bottom Gear.
Thank you.
Hold on. Did you know that there's other versions of that? And I fucking love it. There's like a new version of that. Hold on, I have it somewhere. I'm posting this shit.
No.
Partially
Yeah.
back. If we are beating up Grey tonight, I want fucking popcorn. Thoughts?
Give me popcorn.
Commoners have 4 HP.
Yeah, they do.
Damn right they do.
Ismark was going to send commoners off to the flesh golem.
Above game, I think we killed the Flesh Golem, didn't we?
No.
No.
You guys
No.
didn't.
Oh wait, we almost did.
He saved it.
then,
Yeah. He intervened.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
I remember the fight. That was all I could think of.
You guys fought the flesh golem, left it alive, and then it went berserk.
Killed a bunch of other things.
I just had a dumb idea.
Thought 2 we also got Carmen San Diego, where Carmen is the good guy.
Oh, yeah, we did get that show.
Was weird.
Wasn't a bad show. It was just weird if you know, thinking about the history of Carmen San Diego.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like Carmen has always been kind of like one of those weird things that you never really knew about, but when you actually hear about it, it's like, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Hello, Doug. Ready to hunt werewolves.
Tonight on Barovia Gear.
Fuck off.
Tonight on Barovia Gear. Me mates.
Why are your paws wet?
Tonight on Barovia Gear. Grandchum tries to just drift a freaking werewolf. Chalky beats up Dagon for causing another friendly fire incident, and Hope just gives up on everything and stops healing the party.
Jesus.
Fidel just goes home.
Continuing.
Yeah. Let's switch topics before J Frost accidentally kills himself with joy.
So we're going west.
I'm dying.
Okay. So, I believe everyone said west. Just could you give me a refresher?
Dagon,
vote on
Gray,
west?
and Choggy said west. Hope said east. Or not Dagon. Dagon said north. Fio said west.
Okay. And what'd you say, Choggy?
I also.
We had 3 votes for west.
Okay. Then we will continue west. Continuing along the roads, you break off from it after a period of time, back into the woods that you haven't run into. You're traveling along, and the woods start to grow a little bit more sparse. You can actually see pardon me, you can actually see a fair bit of ways. The it's not the mountainside that the abbey would normally be atop of. Dagon,
Yes, not me.
go ahead and roll a
Yes.
perception check.
I gotta roll perception check.
Yup.
Oh no. Well, nice knowing y'all. Oh, 18!
As you're moving along, you're just kind of like casually just putting your hands on trees as you pass by. Just, something idly doing while you're traveling. It is fully dark at this point. The moon is clouded, and it's very tough to see, but with your dark vision, you have no problem. The other members of the party who do not have dark vision, you are unfortunately suffering a little bit.
I
But
do.
yes, you
Don't
are
we all
looking
have
through.
dark vision?
I believe.
Yeah, my helmet gives me dark vision.
Not
Yeah.
I think I
everybody.
get it.
Except for Esmeralda.
No, I don't have it either.
Oh,
I'm thinking
Chuggy's just being carried around.
as he does the gold bricker. Let me double check something.
Oh shit.
Seeing everyone seeing half of the party just kind of struggling, Esmeralda just kind of pulls out her silver rapier and casts light on it. So everyone gets a bit of a better chance at seeing around. But as you were kind of like casually just putting your hands on the trees as you walk by Dagon, you move to another tree and you feel indentations in this tree. You move a little bit further, it feels like writing,
Oh,
engravings of some sort.
would like to take a look at this tree.
I like to think Gray is currently blind. I like to think he was doing like night vision with the helmet, and then the light source came up and he became blinded for a moment.
Flashbang!
What happens when you flashbang in a night vision mission?
solar flare! Ah!
Fuck!
Dagon,
Yes.
you encounter a familiar phrase. A family reunion is coming up, but they cut themselves on a rusty tool.
Hmm.
Fuck. Fuck.
Raw book tree.
Oh, that's
I
not
should-
good.
I should take better notes.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We've seen that phrase before.
Yes, on what I wrote down as raw book, parentheses, tree. I can't tell if I was making a joke to myself or if this was from a tree that we found earlier.
Gray will come up to Dagon. Another message from your order. It's twice now we've seen this.
Yes. Not a good one. Allies are nearby. Congregate later.
There's another half of that.
Yes. Cut with a rusty spoon, correct?
A rusty tool.
With a rusty tool. A member of my order was here, and they were compromised. This is not. This is not good. This is not good at all.
Do you think they may be where we're heading?
Potentially. I'm trying to think here. CG,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, this was where we were getting closer to Esmeralda's cart, wasn't it?
Esmeralda's cart was parked nearby. Another message just like this. This is not that place.
It's similar to the last one near Esmeralda's.
While
Could
we're...
I?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, while we're here and we're examining this, can I make a perception check with Kago?
And could I also make another perception check to look for any more messages? Or anything?
Let me think. Dagon.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a perception. Gray, go ahead and roll a perception straight. I know you normally get advantage, but you're going to be getting disadvantage, so it evens out. For
Okay.
reasons I will explain.
Yeah. 18.
12. Alright. Dagon, you're looking around for some more messages. And as you do, Gray, you're kind of like using Kago to look around through the night vision. Through Kago's keen eyes, you do manage to spot another tree not too far away with the same message engraved upon it.
Gray will kind of just like nudge Dagon and point out that tree. To you as well.
Yeah. Let me take a look. Dagon will make his way over to that tree. He will at least have Gray accompany him.
No offense, Dagon, but this is an awfully long message to engrave on trees. They have done this a number of times.
That I can agree. The
It's
only
not
reason,
nice to the trees. I'm just saying.
barring the tree's feelings,
Pat the tree.
CG, could I roll a religion, considering my order's history, and see if maybe this is intentionally done?
That
Like-
would not be religion.
History?
Insight.
Insight. I like insight. $14.
Whomever wrote this made sure to leave it on a lot of trees, as you are just kind of getting this sense as you see more trees with this message engraved upon it nearby. It's now that you are noticing it, it is much much more widespread than the single tree that you found it on. Seems to be repeated several times over.
Creating a linear path?
They do seem to be headed towards a certain direction.
Alright, I'm not much of a betting man, but I believe this might actually be sort of like a breadcrumb trail in messaging. we continuously follow the pathway that's being set, but from each message from the next tree to the next tree, we should be able to potentially find our quarry or something more.
Do we have a way forward?
Alert the others. We'll need to continue this route.
Well, I assume they're here with us.
Yes,
At least
we are
close
here,
enough.
Dagon.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, just
Alert the
Just
others.
wanna make
All
sure.
right. Turns around.
Hey, are you guys alert? Yeah? Okay, cool.
all right. Good.
Are you guys alert? Huh?
All right, this way.
Open your eyes, Shaggy.
What? Can't see.
Open your eyes.
I know it's dark.
I casted Chalky. My sword is glowing bright right now.
Oh, right. Charlie opens his eyes.
Fuck me. Rolling his eyes at that. All right, this way.
Okay. The words take you westward. And as you begin to make your way, you're beginning to approach the rock face of the mountain. You know, further off, at the peak, is the abbey, somewhere along this mountain. But as you approach the rock face, you spot something.
Wow, that's subtle.
It's a mountain mouth.
Oh, well, that doesn't look too fucking ominous.
Dude,
Signs
the
of
mountain
life.
is fogging. Sorry.
Damn.
Shut up!
Moggers.
I'm sorry.
Tart, you
Behold.
can't say that in our group. You know what is going to happen. I won't be able to get this session back on track for another 20 minutes.
Behold,
Sorry.
Mount Pog.
Please continue.
Oh.
You approach the large cave with the very not subtle looking maw. Light can be seen flickering on the inside. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh boy. Perception.
Is mine flat or do I gain my advantage back?
You gain your advantage.
I rolled a nat 1. Oh my god! It's a were mountain! Run!
It's a werewolf.
Jeez, fuck. 16.
14.
5.
It would make sense for Gray to get this with the bird's eye view he currently has. You see that there is signs of light coming in from a higher portion. Like, you see the very obvious cave with teeth, but you notice that there is actually a small, probably about 8-foot hole opening a little bit up the mountain that seems to also have the glow on the inside. Esmeralda. Actually, let's see if she spots it. No. That is a 6. She doesn't see anything. Esmeralda just kind of looks down. The light snow from the nearby mountain kind of covering the grass, and she kind of bends down and looks into it. So the flax, all right. Fresh by the look of it. I believe this is our location and what we're looking for.
Let's not waste time then.
I guess not.
How do we want to approach? I only see the one entrance.
We can attempt stealth, but that's going to only go so well with, well, and he'll just kind of shuffle and like clank his armor a bit.
Even so, we aren't sure about their numbers, thinned that they might be. What would remain would be women and children, at the best of it, not warriors. So not entirely sure what kind of force we'll be dealing with in this particular instance. Normal werewolf dens that I've dealt with in the past have been small in number, 2 or 3 when the hunters are out, but naturally a pack of this size that must be here in Barovia will be making raids as they are. Maybe not stealth, but caution, I suppose. Caution is, well, why I'm here and only missing one leg.
I could send Kago ahead. See what is deeper within, perhaps.
Might be wise.
You said there's like the big maw with the light, then there's another smaller spot above it with light.
Yes.
I am going to attempt to send Kago through that smaller portion.
Okay. Through your eyes and ears, or through Kago's eyes and ears, you see as you send the owl forth. Are you doing this stealthily, or...?
Yes, especially considering owls actually get a stealth proficiency.
Okay.
Silent feathers, yo.
So I'm gonna roll a stealth check with my sheet. It's gonna have let me see. It's +3, and that's it. Okay. So +3. Yeah. Fuck you. 5.
Yeah.
I got shafted on that nat 20. But let it be known, owls are exceptionally quiet to the ear. I don't know if that
Special
helps.
feathers.
Okay. So, you send in Kago into this opening. Inside is the first thing that you see is what appears to be a shrine of some sort.
Oh?
Hold on, I closed my notes.
Okay.
I'm not very good at this.
No, it's okay. You're good.
Better than me, man.
Alright. You see what seems to be some kind of altar made out of vines and flowers. And at the base is a mountain of coins. You can see gems and jewelry inside it as well. Nearby, you also see a woman sitting and looking at what appears to be very crudely made a set of scales with a skull at the center.
Can
She seems to be deep
I
in contemplation looking at it.
uh can I get a vague description on the woman in terms of like age, I guess physique?
She appears to be a dark-skinned woman with a kind of like a head wrap and curled back hair, but unkempt, wearing straps of clothing. Very much a thin but athletic build, kind of like a
Okay.
swimmer or a runner.
You said a head wrap, like a bandage or just like
Like a bandana.
okay. As Gray is doing this, he is just whispering all the stuff he's seeing to the party. Just conveying it.
Dagan,
Yes.
that makeshift scale thing sounds exceedingly familiar to you.
Hmm. Anything I can roll to recollect?
You don't need to. As as Gray is describing it, you look down to your holy symbol and see on it a similar scale with a skull in the center, the symbol of Anumet.
That's the symbol of Anumet. That's a member of my order. Or at least someone who has possession of its sigil.
I like to think Gray is completely talking over this because he cannot hear Dagon.
Holy symbol. There's a whole bunch of coins here.
There's coins, gems. Yes, thank you, Gray. There's a woman.
Is that a handkerchief? No, that's a bandana.
Urge to slap rising.
Okay. At this point, the woman, deep in thought, looks her head up and looks over in the direction of the hole where Kago is.
Scatter!
She just kind of gets up and looks at it, and you can see her start to, I guess, what would be the best way to describe this? I guess growl at it.
Kago will fly away in a direction that is not back towards us.
Okay. At this juncture, the woman, you can now see clearly stepping out where Kago was to this hole and kind of looking out into the night.
Monka.
She takes in the air. Oh. Mmm.
Monka.
Oh no.
She, after a brief moment of tension, not sure what is going on,
Oh no!
she turns back inside.
After about 10 seconds, when she turns away and heads back in, I'm going to have Kago do like a close like flyby and just see if I can spot her again.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception since you're just doing this with a flyby and not, doing it as intently just straight.
Okay. Fair enough. 10. Not great.
You fly, just kind of trying to catch an angle at her. You don't see her, but it was a flyby, so you're not sure if it needs a second pass or.
What do we think, y'all? Should I risk the second pass?
I agree.
Thank you, Wiley.
You know what? Screw it. Screw it. Go for it. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Fortune favors the bold. I'll risk the second flyby.
West.
Let's.
All right, second flyby,
15.
15. Kago flies by one more time. You get a better angle at the mountain. She is not inside.
At that, I'll have Kago kind of perch on a tree somewhere closer to us, but not close enough as to give away our position. And I'll pop out of the view and I'll say, she's gone. She might be on to us. If we're going to head in, we should do it now.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I'm prepared as you are, and Esmeralda just kind of dims the sword, and she's it, but keeps her hand on it, ready to draw it once more. At this point, go ahead and roll me another perception check with disadvantage.
Me?
Everyone.
Oh.
Oh, everybody's getting disadvantage?
Yes.
Does dark vision count for anything?
This is not sight-based.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh.
Oh no.
This is gonna-
Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Ah, 7.
Come on,
Yo,
that one.
this isn't sight based. You know what this means.
Yeah, I'll take an 11.
Dirty 20, baby.
Edge.
It's a 19 for Chagi because it was disadvantage, but still a damn good roll.
Go Chucky.
Esmeralda rolled pretty good too. So you guys are all kind of deliberating. Chagi and Esmeralda, they both get this. They can hear muttering on the inside. Not enough to make out words, but enough to identify activity. Whatever they're doing. Great, are you sure? Do you know that she is onto us? We may have to go in now.
I don't know anything. All I know is that she might have spotted Kago and now she's gone. I don't suppose I could insight her course of actions from her spotting Kago to now being out of sight, right?
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Did I see anything else in the chamber? Like any other rooms, like other, I say rooms, like, I don't know, any other chambers, I guess?
There did seem to be like a tunnel that went deeper in.
Okay. The only place she could have gone is deeper in.
Doesn't tell us much if we don't know the layout.
I can send Kago inside. Excuse me.
Bit of a risk.
Perhaps.
You've sent Keigo out twice now.
I mean, if she were on to us, I mean, look at Kago. She had any common sense, she would know that somebody's watching her just by the appearance of Kago.
At this juncture, everyone is a bit caught off guard as a figure seems to start stepping out of the mouth of the cave. Appears to be the woman. She starts stepping outside from the mouth of the cave. She just kind of looks back and she just kind of waves a little bit. She takes a deep inhale of the night air. She looks on over to the tree line where you all are currently hiding. There's a big clearing right before the end of the forest, before the entrance to the cave, and she looks directly where Dagon is hiding.
Oh no!
She starts approaching. And after minutes, she gets close to the tree line. Still a fair bit away, though. And she opens her mouth. Greetings, illuminated brother. Seems the shepherd has lost a lamb. She just kind of sits and waits.
Greetings, O illuminated sister.
She kind of takes a few steps forward. Do you reveal yourself?
For the first time, Dagon's gonna get ballsy. Yeah, he will.
Gasp! CG, I think I know the answer to this, but does she have any, like, weapons or anything on her? Or any equipment of any sort?
Just the rag she's wearing.
Okay.
As you reveal yourself, Dagon, she takes several more steps forward, and you see her form begin to shift and grow hairier. As a large werewolf appears before you, Dagon, inches from your face. Gets close to you and says, "You smell like him." And she just kind of points to a section of the woods down the way. 10 minutes. And she just kind of turns back and heads back inside.
Well, seems we're expected.
Dakin,
Yeah.
may I ask you a potentially dumb question? One that you won't
I
judge
can-
me for.
Of course, Gray. There are no stupid questions.
Is Anumet a religion of werewolves?
For the time, you just see Dagon blank stare at Gray. And just
This is
Kind of-
this is Gray asking a tart question, by the way. 'Cause-
kind of just immediately lifts a
Thinking.
hand.
Can I make a religion check?
What is the religion check?
What is Anume?
Fuck you.
Yes, go ahead and roll a religion check.
What was your
So I-
response, J Frost
going
or
to-
Dagon?
Oh, Congratulations, Gray. Puts a hand on Gray's shoulder. There is one dumb question. You've managed to do it. Pats him. Feel
8.
accomplished.
Since I'm religion adjacent, being a paladin, can I also roll religion to see if
Yes, you may also roll religion. Hope with that low religion roll, no. You do know that it is the god that Dagon follows. Fael.
Oh shit!
Anumet is the god of order, retribution, sanctity, and light. They are well known for being a inquisitorial type of religion. Very much a defenders of the light from the monsters in the dark type of deal.
so our goals align.
It goes online. At this point, Esmeralda just kind of comes out, and you see in her hand kind of crackling lightning energy. She was right about to take a shot at this werewolf. What are you doing? Did you not hear a thing I said?
I did. And of course, I also went with the intuition of figuring out that is an insider. Member of my order.
Your member of your order needs to keep better tabs of the fleas that she keeps. There. She has visible disgust on her face.
Good one.
Fine.
You also turned into a werewolf? Looking at Dagon.
Not I'm aware of.
I hold up
From
mistletoe.
my check, the only thing I'm capable of turning into is older.
I hold out mistletoe. Does Dagon have any response?
Just looks at it and goes, there are 2 reasons why you would be lifting that, and I hope it's not the first.
I just place it on his head and see if anything happens.
I'm not kissing you.
No, he's not a werewolf.
I fake throw a ball. Does Dagon have a response?
Dagon, who's a good boy?
Prepares to charge an ice beam.
About 5 minutes pass as this chicanery takes place.
Why
Do you
don't
all
leave
head
in 10
the-
minutes?
We've had 10 minutes in there to get in there before she decides to rip us a new one, I'm assuming.
She was pointing to the tree line.
But she was pointing to the tree line. So 10 minutes that way. She'll meet us over there, no doubt.
Let's go then.
You all head on over, following the direction laid out by the werewolf. After a few minutes of travel, you find yourself near a rather large rock, just kind of an outcropping at the edge of the tree line.
Is it covered in blood?
It is not covered in blood.
Okay,
And
I
it
hope
doesn't
you
disappear.
know. I hope you now. Okay, I hope you now know that every
Every
rock you point out, I'm gonna ask if it has blood on it.
Does that Johnson have blood?
So, the large rock, kind of at the edge of the tree line, you find sitting on top of it the same woman from before, eyes closed, peering forward. Esmeralda keeps her hand on her saber as she approaches.
Dagon will kind of gesture to Esmeralda and just quietly, let's hear her out.
Dagon will?
Did I say
That's what-
Dagon?
Yeah.
You said Dagon.
I meant Gray. Sorry. There was so
Well,
much
while
Dagon
Dagon's doing
talk.
that, Gray
I-
would like to.
I know why exactly I did that, because I was typing notes and I put Dagon's name in the notes. That's why I did that.
I love you, Tart. I love you.
But Gray will just kind of whisper to her. She's a member of Dagon's order. Let's hear her out.
Esmeralda looks to you. Gray, I'm letting you know this. This is me hearing her out.
I know. And she will visibly see that Gray's hand is also on his sword.
You've got excellent wit, Gray. Let's hope that we not need to use it. This strikes me all wrong. What are we doing here? And she just kind of like fed up walks forward.
Can I overhear this
Would you like to?
a little bit?
Roll a perception.
Would you like to? I love that because that insinuates I would. Yes, I would. Okay, you do.
Why, that's a disadvantage. But that
That's
would
because
be...
the
Oh, duh. I forgot to switch it. So 20?
Yeah. 20. Yeah, you overhear the talk.
As this is going on, Dagon kind of walks by and he kind of whispers under his breath. Think of it as penitence for somebody getting a little head start on their own investigation. Hey, Esmeralda.
Penitence?
Penitent, that's a word.
Yep, penitence.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It's
I
a
don't-
word.
I
Hey,
don't think
and-
I've heard that word ever in my life. I'm gonna Google that right now.
Have you watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
I have.
Only the penitent man may pass.
The action of feeling or showing sorrow and regret for having done wrong. Repentance. I see. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a word today.
The more you know.
Yeah, reading Rainbow, motherfucker.
Anyways. The woman on the rock, as you all approach, she says, I guess he was right. That phrase did seem to save me a lot of headache. She just kind of gets up, stands up, says, are you here to attack us? You'll find we're a fair bit hardier than you might be expecting. She's now asking the whole group, not just Dagon.
I'm gonna let Dagon take the lead on this. Above game.
Depends. And who might you be, sister?
I'm not your sister. My name is. Hold on. I have to remember how to pronounce this because it is weird.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Zuleika.
Could you
One more
repeat that?
time.
I know.
Zuleika?
Do you like a piece of pie?
Zuleika.
Gesundheit.
My name is Zuleika. I am a member of this particular pack.
And yet you know my order's saying.
I could smell the incense on you. That's what he called it.
He?
A man, about a month ago, came here seeking our extinction by the will of his god, Anumet. He was
Sounds about
overwhelmed,
right.
of course. He was held captive and converted.
Oh, that's fucked. Above game.
We needed more numbers for the pack, as you always would imagine. But something about this one is God, Anumet. Usually when the transformation takes place, one's mind and body, it's merges with its inner beast, which takes control for the first time, but not this one. Painful, regretfully, but he was conscious the whole time. I would succeed. I'm not sure myself, but perhaps an intervention by this Anumet, who or whatever it is, kept the beast from emerging. Our pack leader was not a fan of this and went to eliminate the whelp, as he called it. But the whelp fought back with their Anumet-born magics.
What happened
Cast
to
the-
this pack leader, if I may ask?
You could see her kind of sneer a little bit. Not as much as he deserves. He was banished for losing the duel for the right of pack leader.
Lost the duel to one of mine.
She nods.
Dagon kind of blinks for a little bit.
Yeah, so above game, just to make sure I have this right. So, man from Dagon's or just to sort of sum up things. So, a man from Dagon's order came a month ago to kill the pack. They captured him, turned him into one. He then left.
No,
He was
He-
banished, right?
no. That's a different person.
The guy we fought. I'll just continue, and then you can correct me when I finish. Then the guy we fought the other day went after him and challenged him to become leader of the pack, lost, and then was banished.
So, what happened was, above game,
Okay.
Violence.
you were right up until the transformation.
Okay.
The transformation ordinarily turns you feral, is what it is for werewolves, but through the intervention of Anumet, he retained his sentience. So he got to be a werewolf without any of the wolf parts affecting him, which did not please the pack leader, who immediately tried to challenge and kill. But
he
because
lost.
he was still sentient, he had access. This is something that wasn't said in game, but she was going to actually mention this if. Because he was still sentient and connected to Animats, he still had access to his cleric spells.
Yo! Werewolf cleric, let's go!
Dope and terrifying.
And
So
that was the guy we
it-
fought. Not the
No.
not the cleric, but the guy, the pack
banished.
leader.
Banished one.
Yup.
Duly
To
noted.
make a long story short.
And I assume this is being explained to us by her.
Correct.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had the timeline of events in order. I apologize.
Good. Well, I'll be damned. I didn't expect for this to occur.
So, who is your pack leader now?
She sneers a lot. Not him. Not the stranger from outside. Not anymore, anyways. She sighs a little bit. A month ago, he took over. And then about a week ago, the Banished One returns to reissue a challenge. Should have cut out his throat last month, but it was not my decision to make. And regretfully, he had come back with a new pack. One wolves in his employ. Or should I say, on loan.
Upon hearing the word loan, Dagon's kind of looking to her and going, let me guess, by the lord of the land.
The one who wears fancy clothes and lives in that stone castle.
Of course. It always happens to tie the that.
She said
Your-
this was a week ago.
About, yes.
Okay.
So what happened to mine?
To my... She pauses for a second. I don't even know the word for it, but he was also spared, but you could tell pack leader didn't much care for that decision. He was, I believe, apprehended and transported to that stone tower.
So that's how he knew the phrases. I see. This is complicating things now.
Can I make an insight check, real quick?
Absolutely.
I want.
What are you inciting it specifically?
I'm trying to insight if she is now the pack leader.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Nope. 4.
Oh, buddy.
Gray's like, but then afterwards Strahd came in and he was the pack leader and he had Audibut's power. So, we are left in this sorry state of affairs with a pretender taking over the pack to do with as he wishes with his new entourage and working for someone.
What's his name?
His name is Kirill.
Kirill.
piece of garbage. She spits on the ground.
What seems, Zuleika, that we have a common enemy.
You're lucky about that. If anyone else were to spot you, you would be mauled in seconds. You're lucky that I need you.
Help
Don't
us
take
help
that
you.
tone with Don't take that tone with us. Ha, Esmeralda says with venom in her voice. She looks on over to Zuleika looks on over to Esmeralda. Oh, I sense weakness in you. You you betray it. No matter how hard you try to fight. Who's the pup here? Esmeralda is kind of behind you, Tart, and or Tart, behind you, Gray, and she starts aggressively taking steps forward.
Gray. Ah, fuck. I have to be the one to stand in between two badass hot women? Shit.
Oh no.
One's a
how
vampire.
unfortunate.
One's a wizard, and one's a fucking werewolf. This can only go well.
I mean, if
Just
anyone
like
else
one of my
wants-
isekai.
I mean, if anyone else wants to step in, I'm just saying.
Gray.
Dagon will step in if need be.
Gray will kind of just like put up his arm and just kind of like, not grab her, but just kind of like hold her back, I guess. Perhaps we can make a deal then.
All right. What deal are you looking for?
Above game. What deal are we
Do you-
looking for, guys? I don't want to be the one to do negotiations, because
Do you want me to take over negotiations?
you do it. You got the high charisma. I've laid the
Alrighty,
groundwork
buddy.
for you, my guy. You go for it.
All right, buddy. I'll tell them you asked for no pickles.
Oh, pickles. Monster.
Oh god. Okay, in game, Dagon's going to look towards I'm gonna butcher this name. Zuleika?
Zuleika.
Zuleika. I'm
Go
gonna
to the lake.
I'm just going to put this into the notes just to make sure that I Okay, there we go. Well, Zuleika. Have you ever heard the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Can't say I have. Sounds like a saying for the weak.
That's the saying that belonged to your rightful pact leader, not the one that's usurped.
Never told me that one. Fine. I'll believe his words coming out of your mouth. What does this saying mean?
It means when a enemy that has two groups that are at odds with one another at times, realizing that this individual or grouping of individuals is more problematic than the other two, they unite their forces and, well, snuff out the problem. Or in your words, tear its throat out. How does that sound?
It sounds unappealing. I'd rather tear the throat out myself, but that's not the way we can do this. So I guess we'll have to do it your way.
Excellent. And besides, I see this as a potential win-win situation. We help you dispose of the usurper. You help us in bringing down the one who has aided the usurper.
The one he's working for.
That would not work. In order to deal with this individual, this pack leader, this Kirill, that I would so love to take out and turn into a bloody pelt on the floor, I would need to challenge him. I cannot do that, not with his strength in tow. And furthermore, even if I were to somehow win, it would be a tainted win for seeking the aid of outsiders. Same that he would do, seeking out the aid of another outsider. I would have to relinquish the title, and I could not fulfill my promise.
What are the rules of this challenge, if I may ask?
1-on-1. Whoever comes out on top, makes the others yield, they are the alpha. The others will fall in line.
You're going to need assistance, though, getting rid of his pack, though. What I'm basically saying is the rules of one-on-one do not favor us. What about the rules of warfare?
There is no warfare. There is only hunting. Rules of warfare will not get you your result.
Can anyone challenge for the title of pack leader, or only those within the pack?
Only those within the pack. I am not able to. There is one who still can.
And that would be...
She looks over and she points to your holy symbol. He still lives.
Alright. Does he have a name at least?
Orion. That is the name he gave us when he became Alpha.
CG. Hey, buddy.
Hi there.
I recognize that name.
No! What a coincidence!
You don't say. Can I do something?
What would you like to do?
I look to her and goes, let me guess. Late 30s. Medium black hair, elongated beard with some gray streaks and a mustache. 4 fingers, missing a pinky. Eyes green.
It sounds like him. The 4 fingers we thought was a handicap unworthy of the pack, but the rest of his claws worked fine.
Orion is zealous. And you kind of see Dagon chuckle. Oh, if Master Sinclair could see us.
Friend of yours?
Yeah, an old acquaintance.
Also, can I get spelling on that last name?
Orion?
Yes, Dagon. What is the spelling on that last name?
Sinclair.
No,
S-I-N.
the Orion's last name.
Oh, Orion. My apologies, my friend. Orion's last name would be... Give me a second, there's...
Give me a second. There's what?
I have a note here.
If you want to just like do it later, that's fine. It's
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
important. I was just gonna mark it down in my notes.
No, there's... Brom. Here, I'll type it up.
Above game, I thought you said it, And so that's why I was like, can I get a spelling on it? But I'm quickly realizing that you may not have actually said it.
Oh, you're good. There is a last name, though.
Brain.
Orion
Stoker.
Brom. He's a... well, devout's a word. Zealous is more keen. Overzealous. Be used to much more describe him. Eh, he's the more... how do you say... pyrific judge?
And now he's being held in Castle Barovia.
So Ravenloft.
Sorry, Castle Ravenloft. Thank you. Thank you for the correction.
Held
In the land of Barovia, there are always wisps in the mist that correct everyone who says things wrong.
Thank you, voices in my head.
Oh no, Grace becoming Kane. Oh, this is going to be amazingly stupid. But, on the other hand, bragging rights for the rest of eternity.
Heist on Castle Ravenloft. This can only go well.
Okay, I can see it said. I can see to that.
Looking back to Zuleika, do you know where in the castle he is being held by chance?
She shakes her head.
So let me get this
complicated
straight.
here.
We're basically going to perform a jailbreak mission, busting out a member of my order who happens to be a deposed lycanthropic leader of a werewolf pack, to challenge a usurper who has had the benefactory aid of Strahd. Correct? Am I missing anything?
You are accurate.
We don't have the time for any other
Yes.
options.
Claps his hands together.
He is also being held in the castle. You forgot that.
Thank you, Sen. I mean, fuck.
Oh,
Wow, my brain is. Thank you, Hope. Above you.
Who are we sending?
Fuck.
What's going on?
Thank you, Hope. You.
Her name is Hope. The wisps correct you.
Thank you, voices in my head.
We
Thank
talk to
you, Hope.
you. They counsel you.
Thank you, Hope. You truly
They understand.
are. Fuck off. God damn it, now we're gonna have to have a steel cage match, aren't we?
Oh my god.
Oh god, it's gonna happen.
No, I thought of something else, and I hate me for it. But I'm gonna burden you all with this knowledge.
Do
You know what
it.
these things are called? They're
What?
called Wikio Wisps.
boo!
Motherfucker!
Boo!
Okay, so Suchi,
Good night, everybody.
I'm giving you an F in our first session of school. All right. This, you know what? No. At first, I had bad thoughts about this entire mission, but no. I am approaching this with open arms. I feel.
A steel cage match. Wrestling, you say? A link.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? This is great. No, this is perfect. Oh, I am going to have so much fun with this. And you can see Dagon grinning like a madman.
Fortune favors the bold, as they say.
Oh,
I have been there before, after all.
You have.
you what?
Castle Ravenloft. I've been there. Originally, I sought out the abbot because he was a doctor, remember? It's from injuries sustained in Castle Ravenloft.
We've been there as well, but unfortunately, not long enough to gain any idea of layout.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Sounds like you're
Well-
going to get your hunt in a different sense. Looking at Esmeralda.
My master could see me now consorting with flea bags. He'd probably hit me with his cane of his.
Dagon lays a hand on her shoulder. May I tell you something?
She looks at you.
I'm pretty sure your master would just hit you because he wants to hit everything. I'm pretty sure he would want to hit us too, just because we exist.
Sounds like the old goat. One thing though. If we do this, we're going to have to go at this with everything we've got. Castle Ravenloft is, well, it is a death trap by design.
Of course, where the devil himself resides. What did we expect?
You'd be surprised, actually. The thing about Strahd is he's not as omnipresent as he makes himself appear to be. It's entirely possible he won't even be there when we approach.
Won't be. Wait. What do you mean, won't be there?
Do you think that Strahd appeared before us at the lake and was not also at the was also somehow at the castle at the same time?
Just. To be quite honest, I just assumed he stays there bored out of his mind and just keeps tabs on us.
If you were bored out of your mind, would you not try to find entertainment? I've been studying Strahd myself. I did train under my master. He is, well, more mobile than he looks to everyone who appear. He likes to pretend that he is constantly in that castle, judging everyone, potentially showing up at any point in time, but he is but one man, albeit with good transportation. He still has to. He can make his way to anywhere in the realm, but he is still at that spot.
Oh, this is great. This is. Oh, this is. I don't even know where to begin.
Makes two of us. How do you even begin playing a heist on Castle Ravenloft?
First, do not think of it as a secure prison. It is not the kind of place that it's really building is. There are no guards to alert, except for one. Admittedly, we really should not run into that one.
Who?
His name is Rahadi. He is the chamberlain of the castle.
Ah, yes. We are familiar.
Might I pipe in here?
Go for it.
Please.
If we are going directly into his domain, We might as well make the best of it. We will not get this opportunity again. Do we have anything else we need to do while there?
That's a good question.
Above game. I only have a little bit more, so it might not be a bad idea for us to have this discussion above game.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Zuleika looks to you all planning your heist, coming up with ideas and things to do while there. She's just kind of put off by everything and kind of perturbed. And she kind of looks up to the sky, and then all of a sudden she just goes. She sniffs the air. We're running out of time. The hunters will be back soon. And you have another complication.
And that would be, besides the hunters.
Hunters are the complication. More specifically, Kirill.
I
Once you
I
get-
don't think it came through. I think what they said was then you will have another complication.
Yeah, you're gonna have another complication
Yeah.
soon.
It
It's-
sounded
it's-
like you just said a complication, and
Yeah.
Okay,
I understand the confusion. It's all good.
no worries, no worries. Um. So, one of the benefits of being in touch with our inner beast is we inherit their sense of smell. I could smell the incense on you, pointing over to Dagon. I could tell you are part of the same group that Orion came from. Kirill will no doubt do the same. He has your scent as well. When he realizes that you've been in the den, he will come for you. More than anything else.
Oh, goody. Another fan.
Your time is limited if you want to keep out of his grasp.
No time like the present. Kinda gets up. Anyway, we can keep in contact.
No. You would not want contact with me, and I do not want contact with you. I want contact with Orion.
Duly noted.
Let's not waste any more time. Hopefully, the next time you see us, we will have your pack leader.
You better. Or you will not enjoy your fate, and not by my hand. And with that chilling reminder of what's at stake, that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Oh boy!
Oh, yeah!
Oh boy!
Woo!
Mask up, lads. We're going on a heist.
If we didn't have this, if Herb didn't use restoration on Choggy, we wouldn't have been in this situation. I could have just challenged him to become the pack leader.
That was the wrong place to put that.
So yeah, go ahead and start thinking about what you might want to do at Castle Ravenloft while you're there.
I assume we're not gonna
But-
get any real time to prepare. We're just gonna head straight there. Yeah.
I mean, you could deviate,
Okay.
but that has
Punch
consequences.
walls,
Yeah.
get chicken.
If we deviate,
Fuck yeah.
If we
Wild
deviate, we run the risk of fighting Kirill.
Correct.
Okay.
So, originally this session was going to be a bit more padded out, but you motherfuckers found the goddamn wolf den instantly.
Really?
Wait, seriously? Fuck!
You guys took the least amount of moves to get there.
Yes.
I had
Big
a
brain.
whole 5x5 grid map.
The memes! The memes!
Big brain. Galaxy brain.
We have huge brains in this party.
Yo, we
Admittedly, you
better
guys missed... Go ahead. Go
share
ahead.
this. We gotta share the speedrunning tactic. Wood skip.
Skip.
Woods!
Werewolf skip. Den skip.
Wood
All right, so
style
once you get to the-
transportation
once-
jutsu.
Once you get to the Velaki, there's going to be this angled rock. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to backwards long jump on it and build up speed.
And what it will do is that it will wrong warp you on top.
And then you gotta drop bugs at the right spot to glitch you through the wall.
Now, don't, and also, remember, you have to jump on the scuttlebug. The scuttlebug is the key to this entire strat. Afterwards, you're doing a backwards long jump on the stairs. Keep hitting B repeatedly. It'll shoot you like a rocket all the way past the door.
I'm missing.
I
it.
In between
really-
every frame, you have to equip and unequip your boots. Between
Then you
every
have-
frame.
Then
Quick
you have to
save, then
use
immediately quick load.
then you have to use the voucher to skip the cutscene.
And remember, deplug. You want to unplug and replug quickly the cartridge, just so that way, boom, skip part 2.
And you do this on the second controller slot. I'm aware of that part.
And you
Man,
have
this
to
is
Though
do
I've never
this
played it.
on the 13th, because
Man,
that is before the update kicks in.
Man, this joke has been running long enough it could do a marathon.
Good one.
Twitch plays Curse of
So,
Barovia.
only Hope's mace is a weak weapon, but with an animation skip it becomes the fastest weapon in the game.
Hope's base is tied to frames per second.
Oh god, like Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Knife,
Oh
Jesus
my
fuck.
god.
Okay, so want to hear a few of the things that you missed?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you headed north, you'd wind up at Lake Zarovich. If you kept on going south, you'd wind up at Velaki again. There was evidence of werewolf in the form of a eviscerated rabbit, and very nearby, an eviscerated Barovian. There was wild folk that would see you and just like, oh shit, it's those guys, and just GTFO at the sight of you. There were
I missed that
there's more than one of these mist squares that would send you in a completely random direction. And my personal favorite that I'm really sad we didn't get to, you were gonna hear a knocking on some wood, and you would find Arabelle throwing rocks at trees.
What are you doing out here?
What? They make a funny sound.
Clonk.
Yeah,
Also,
see, he gets it.
Also, I forgot
There were other trees, you know.
who Jirko was. I thought that was the drunk guy who tried to drown her earlier at first. I was like, oh, fuck.
Did we get their name? I think we did.
I looked it
Yeah.
up. It was Bluto.
Oh, right.
Grayus had a day.
Which-
He ate children, or he learned that he ate a child. He got a concussion. He saw his future dead self.
Hey, at least you got some gardening supplies. You have bone meal now.
God.
You know, I think we made that joke earlier, and that doesn't change the fact that that was hilarious.
It's
Still hilarious on the second go through.
And it's ironic considering we're gonna probably need it for all the wolves we're gonna tame.
Ugh. Good session. Good session.
Yeah.
Good return back
Yeah.
to Curse Strahd.
Yeah, I missed this. I missed
I
playing a
really
dumb
miss
frog.
this shit. I miss Choggy.
Oh man, Choggy just casually making Dagon's life awful is something that fills my soul.
The thing is though, Choggy is now 120% justified because he's been blown up once and and had a lightning bolt directed towards him. He's
Hey.
completely justified in everything he does.
But does Choggy know it was Dagon?
The lightning bolt, yes. The lightning bolt,
I don't
yes.
have lightning spells, my guy.
I was gonna say
It
Esmeralda's
was
the lightning bolt.
Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm certain Dagon shot something in the
I had a
hag fight.
fireball, but you were invisible.
No, not during the hag fight.
No,
During the
during
wild
the
folk.
totem. During the totem. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you I have to go back and watch it. But
I think I'm gonna defend Dagon on this one because I'm pretty sure he spent a fair chunk of that fight as a newt.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain because I remember cursing Dagon.
Wrong.
Oh, we're getting the final. We're getting the final
I
judgment.
immediately cast Dispel.
You did get rid of the
Pretty quickly.
Oh god, I guess.
it did wind up skipping one of his turns though.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain that like I will say again Dagon's gonna attack me again, and then I remembered I had evasion. I remember that chain of a.
Come on, Haza. It seems it's almost as if you're trying to blame me for something I didn't do.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Blame him for the stuff he did do, like blow you up.
But do you have the proof?
I'll find it. I will find it.
But does Choggy know it right now?
There's-
Okay, I'm
Froggy.
certain you attacked him in the hag fight. I'm like 120% sure.
So while this whole conversation is taking place with Zuleika, Chagi's just kind of off in the distance, like just kind of staring and taking it all in, and all of a sudden there's a wiki a wisp. Hey, you know that Dagon totally hit you with that fireball, right?
Bring blast.
Bullshit.
You know what I think we should do for this upcoming thing? I don't think we should. I think we got to go with the Choggy plan. I don't think we should raid Castle Ravenloft. We should pretend that Choggy is a werewolf, and he should go in there like turbo confident, like I challenge you, and just see if they buy it.
Okay,
We're
We're
look,
just like,
that's
yes,
bad.
he is a werefrog, the dreaded werefrog.
He's the dreaded werefrog that can sing and dance. Hit him, Choggy. I just pull out the top hat and cane. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Slaps it out of your hands.
We could just like glue a bunch of grass onto him to make it look like he's got fur.
Yes.
Oh god.
He's a green wolf.
I
Yeah, he's a frog, Wiley. Come on.
Who's blue?
He's a greer. He's a
I'm a blue frog
werewolf.
with green fur.
Hairy
But,
frog.
Now,
Yes.
Choggy, you need to put
I
on
would-
your best girl face.
All right. Are you all how? I'm glad everyone enjoyed this this session, but we should probably wrap up.
Aw,
I had fun.
I wanna. I love
alright.
this game too much.
Well, if you don't want to, Mr. Smart Guy, you're gonna be the first one to say your shills. So where can they find you, J Frost?
Gasp.
They can find me at twitch.tv/jfrost747, where we will finish Doom. I will murder the demons. And probably do some more golf with friends, because, you know, we're totally not going to destroy friendships. And planning on doing the Warhammer 3 stream soon. So that's going to be fun. But enough about me. Let me send this to my smaller half, Aza.
Yo, Hazard is my name. I'm not sure if I'll have time to stream this week, because life is in the way. But I do have something planned down the work. Just gotta find some
Ooh.
time. I was called out that, because I sent a challenge to one farting tart.
He ridiculed me on the internet. He called
And
me
how do you-
slurs.
And then we
Like
will
stinky.
be having, at some point, a Pokemon map randomizer race, which I am really excited to do.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I want in on that. Not to play. I won't watch that.
Okay, so do we make it a three-way? That's a bit raunchy, CG. Pass it on to Riley.
Hello. I play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizers on Mondays over at twitch.tv/xwiley. And I sometimes make music on my YouTube channel. And I have a Twitter at xwiley. And that's it. Tart. Catch.
What about Sen?
Is Sen ready? I was buying time. Really badly.
You go,
because I
you
was,
go first, Start.
I was really slow.
Hi. You can find me here at twitch.tv/fightingtart, where I do D&D and variety games. We've got Pokemon coming out in a couple days, and I'm excited. But until then, tomorrow, I'ma play Metroid Dread. And may or may not completely finish up that game. I may get through all the way through in one session. I don't know. We're gonna see. I've seen a widely varying time frame for how long it takes to complete that game, anywhere from like 5 to 10 hours. So we're gonna see what happens. But the plan is to play through it before Pokemon Legends comes out on Friday, which we are then going to play. But yeah. That's me. Sen, if Sen is ready.
I am Sensu84. I can be found at twitch.tv/Sensu84.
Okay. CG. You know.
Hello, I am the CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me here every Sunday for War of the Shattered Sun Exalia Regalia with Farting Tart as the DM.
That's me.
You can also find me over on Legends of Ambria, the D&D campaign run by Jack the Questionable. We do every Thursday also at 7. And naturally, you can find me here every other Tuesday where I DM for these fine players in the Curse of Strahd.
Woo!
With that, let's find someone to raid.
I have someone.
Is it who I
Do.
think it is?
I think so. We're gonna raid River.
Yeah.
Because River is doing the Curse of Strahd game. I actually pulled up the stream, and even more appropriately, it looks like Rahadin is on the screen.
Rahadin.
So
The machine.
DMCA.
that can only mean a couple of things. But regardless, we're gonna go send our love over there. Go show them some love. Let them know who sent you. We will be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks for Escape from Castle Ravenloft. Title pending. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. And remember, as always,
Bye, have a great time.
bye, have a great time. Remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and most importantly, you matter. We love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.